Now on CoastTV News.
Pay increase proposal, the amount of taxpayer money that's directed to raises for state employees in Delaware's new budget. Plus, Millsboro cleanup would cost a nearly 3-hour closure here near Route 113.
We once again start our morning with a little chill in the air. Some of us in the upper 40s. It's been an absolutely gorgeous morning on our way to a picture-perfect Wednesday.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2026. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. Our top story this hour, Delaware lawmakers have wrapped up work on the proposed fiscal year 2027 state budget. Members of the Joint Finance Committee say the spending plan focuses on education, healthcare, public safety, and support for state employees. The proposed budget includes nearly $147 million for employee pay increases and benefits. Lawmakers are also proposing large amounts of spending in health care, including more than $128 million for Medicaid services. State documents show that more than $2.5 billion is tabbed also for Delaware's public schools. We are in the final weeks of this part of the 153rd session of the General Assembly. The budget requires final passage by the state legislature, and then it needs Governor Matt Meyer's signature. Delaware's new fiscal year begins on July 1st. And for more information on what lawmakers are proposing and when that budget can move forward, you can head to the article on our website, CoastTV.com. Experts recommended using sunscreen with at least SPF 30 and reapplying it every 2 hours. They suggest seeking shade during peak sun hours between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. And according to health professionals, they say every sunburn causes damage that can add up over time. And even on cloudy days, dermatologists say it's important to wear sunscreen. Sunscreen is a good call today as we take a live look into Rehoboth Beach. You can see the people on the beach, umbrellas, just a nice day out there. And our First Alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt. Yeah, that is good advice. Sunscreen definitely is required today with that UV index of 8, or a hat like me. I usually burn my scalp. That's very painful. You see burn times, 25 minutes is all it takes to burn when you have clear skies. Calm winds today. It is absolutely gorgeous out there. You see mostly clear skies here in Ocean View, 71, dew point 48. So we still have a very dry, comfortable atmosphere in place across Delmarva. We are in the upper 60s from Rehoboth down through Bethany Beach, but we are warming up pretty nicely away from the coast, right along the Route 13 corridor there. 79 in Seaford. We're at 77 in Salisbury, 76 in Milford at this hour. We're seeing very light north to northeast winds, anywhere between about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Plenty of sunshine through the day today. 80 to 82 inland of the mid-shore, 72 at the coast. We'll talk about the return of 90-degree temperatures in that 7-day forecast here in just a little bit. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Turning to Wicomico County, Maryland State Police are offering a reward for information about the murder of a 10-year-old boy in Salisbury that took place 2 years ago. It was around 10:30 p.m. on August 5th, 2024. Tyrone Corbett Jr. was found dead from a gunshot wound in his home on Clay Street. Police say he was inside the house along with his mother and 2 other young children at the time of that shooting. Authorities are offering $25,000 for information that leads to an arrest in that murder. This morning, a 43-year-old Harbison man is facing several drug-related felony charges. According to Delaware State Police, Michael Mock was arrested during a traffic stop Sunday night. Troopers say Mock showed multiple signs of impairment, and during the stop, state police say they found nearly 170 grams of heroin in 5,600 bags, along with a .40 caliber handgun. Mock was committed to Sussex Correctional Institution on a $69,500 cash bond. In Millsboro, emergency crews are on the scene this morning of a dump truck rollover crash which caused traffic delays. Here is video we have of the cleanup effort from DelDOT. Crews responded to the crash near the intersection of Hardscrabble Road and Old Sheep Pen Road. It was approximately 6:53 a.m. when they did that. This area reopened to traffic just over an hour ago. And we have more information on this rollover in Millsboro. It's on our website, CoastTV.com. President Trump has announced that the White House Correspondents' Dinner has been rescheduled. It's now set for July 24th at the Waldorf Astoria in D.C. Organizers say enhanced security measures are being implemented following the April 25th shooting involving Cole Allen at a security point. In addition to the date change, the president confirmed that he will attend the event and has accepted an offer to speak. Allen has pleaded not guilty to charges related to the alleged attempt to harm the president and the Secret Service officers. The curfew around a New Jersey ice facility at the center of recent protests, it's been lifted. Riots have occurred at Delaney Hall for nearly 2 weeks following several have led to clashes with law enforcement and arrests. New efforts from DNRAC to monitor chronic wasting disease in Delaware deer. This comes after 2 white-tailed deer harvested in Sussex County tested positive for a chronic wasting disease. It marks the first time the disease has been detected in Delaware. DNRAC has set up management zones in areas where the disease was found, and officials are also considering new rules in those zones, including possible limits on deer feeding and baiting, carcass transportation restrictions, and mandatory testing. New this morning, surveying work taking place in Lewis. Starting today, city engineers are in the Burton neighborhood. This is around 4th Street, DuPont, Painter, Burton, and Johnson. The work is related to the Joint City BPW sewer and water replacement project. And according to the city, it is intermittent work taking place over the next few weeks. We're just getting started in this edition of Coast TV News Midday. Coming up, gender equity case, the status of the Title IX lawsuit involving Delaware State University.
Couldn't ask for better weather for this Wednesday on Delmarva. As we march closer to the weekend, we will see temperatures gradually rise back to the 90-degree mark by late week. Congratulations to Susan Cullen of Salisbury, Maryland on winning an umbrella from Coast TV. I'll be back here in a few minutes with your hot 7-day forecast.
And next, integration efforts in Milford. As we look back on American history on Delmarva, we tell you the story of the Milford 11. That and more as Coast TV News Midday continues.
America 250 on Delmarva, brought to you by County Bank.
In 1954, 11 teenagers who would later be known as the Milford 11 made history in Delaware by attempting to integrate the all-white Milford High School.
3 months after the landmark ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court, a petition was submitted to the Milford Board of Education requesting integration. On September the 8th, 11 African-American 10th grade students were admitted to the district's high school located at Lakeview Avenue. It led to opposition to desegregation and the closure of the school. The situation escalated when the founder of the National Association for the Advancement of White People, Brian Bowles, rallied thousands of supporters to keep segregation in Milford. There was an attempt to reopen the school later that month. Less than a third of Milford students attended. Other schools in Sussex County closed as a result. Due to concerns for the safety of the Milford 11, they were removed from the school and enrolled in schools in Dover and Georgetown. It would take another 8 years until integration of schools in Milford resumed. A historical marker at the school honors the Milford 11 and their legacy.
It's a complicated world where everything feels louder and faster. The headlines, the noise, the constant change. But here along the water, where the trees bend with the wind and the sun still finds its way through, something calmer endures. Neighbors helping neighbors, local businesses thriving, a community deeply rooted. Even in a complicated world, what matters most hasn't changed. County Bank, 35 years of growing something bigger than ourselves. County Bank, member FDIC.
Can't beat this weather we're having on Delmarva on this Wednesday in early June. Bright blue skies out there. Folks enjoying the gorgeous weather out in Rehoboth. You can see the wave action not nearly as intense as what we had yesterday when we had that strong northeast wind. You can see winds right now about 6 miles an hour out of the northeast. Temperature of 68 degrees. We're warming up though. Inland 76, Georgetown 80 in Seaford, and we are at 77 in Salisbury at this hour with winds generally out of the northeast, anywhere between about 5 to 15 miles an hour. So the winds not all that gusty today. That's all thanks to high pressure just off to our west there, and there's that area of low pressure spinning off the southeast coast. This is going to stay well offshore, and this high is going to really kind of prevent that system from venturing further to the north, even though we do need the rain. But we are enjoying the sunshine today. Moderate risk of rip currents as temperatures get in the 70s and 80s. The heat will be the story by week's end, and then the humidity is going to be building back into the area, and it's going to feel a little sticky around here as we get into the weekend. Yes, where's the rain? Well, it's coming, but it's not going to come until really as we get into Sunday afternoon. Allergy sufferers, yes, the grass very high, as well as the tree pollen, oak, the grasses, the mulberry. We'll continue to see high pollen levels through the week. We do need rain, and we're not going to get it anytime soon. 81 in Cambridge this afternoon. 76 Ocean Pines to 81 in Georgetown. There's those winds out of the east, that sea breeze kicking in through the afternoon, and then we'll have more of a southerly flow kick in as we go into Thursday. Not much to track on Futurecast, clear skies and a beautiful evening ahead. Once again, we're going to see a little bit of a cool start tomorrow. Lower 50s, some of our cooler spots, 53 Seaford, 56 Easton to 52 Ocean Pines under starry skies. We're up to 85, mostly sunny skies into Thursday, and then the heat is on by Friday, 91, 93 into Saturday, and then that's when you're going to start to feel the humidity. You can see we have been in that comfortable range over the course of the last week, and then the humidity begins to creep up Friday, Saturday, and then peaks there Sunday ahead of that cold front. There's your setup late week. High pressure just offshore. The cold front's still well off to the west. Looking at that system to push southeastward as we go into Sunday, so we could see some showers, maybe even a gusty thunderstorm as we go into Sunday afternoon. And then as that front sags off the coast, we may see an area of low pressure develop offshore, and that may keep us a little on the unsettled side as we go into Monday and Tuesday, maybe even a little cooler depending upon how that system develops into early next week. Your 7-day forecast shows 93 into Saturday. There's that shower and thunderstorm chance as we go into Sunday, and then we do turn cooler into early next week. Temperatures back in the low to mid 70s. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. And coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 8:30, relive the Berlin bathtub races, and then you can catch the final score at 10:30. Coming up next, DSU faces scrutiny, the latest in a Title IX lawsuit involving the university. Coast TV News Midday's back in a moment. Later today, Maryland Governor Wes Moore is set to visit Delaware. According to Governor Moore's office, he will attend the Delmarva Chicken Association's Booster Barbecue. His schedule shows that he is set to speak at that event tonight. It's taking place at 5:45. It's at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. A decade-long battle over gender equity in college sports is heading back before a federal judge in Delaware. Delaware State University is asking for more time to fully meet Title IX requirements in its athletic program, including adding another women's varsity team. The request comes as part of a revised court agreement. In the case, it's been active since 2010. The judge has given preliminary approval with a final decision expected at a hearing in November. Still ahead, blood benefits. The funding heading to Eastern Shore for an important program that could save lives. Stay with us on Coast TV News Midday. People in Cambridge will now have access to more Tidal Health services. The healthcare company is announcing a new Tidal Health family lab located on Sunburst Highway. Organizers say the office provides routine blood work and other tests. It's open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Across Delmarva, newly approved funding in Dorchester County is expected to create a whole blood program. Now, right now, whole blood is only transported by helicopter, but new state funding will put it in the hands of paramedics on the ground instead of relying on IV fluids. According to county officials, this program is important for patients facing traumatic injuries or long transport times to a hospital.
If somebody has a serious trauma or an internal gastric bleed or something, then we need to get them as much help as they can. So having whole blood available to them will get that oxygen circulating around their system to help all the organs to live better in a time of crisis.
And county officials say their EMS chief is still working out which stations would be the best fit to make the program available to as many people as possible.
Well, we have ourselves a winning forecast here over the next few days. Well, that's of course if you don't like the heat, then you're really not going to like the forecast Friday into the weekend as the humidity levels creep up and a lot of sunshine as the dry weather continues. You can always call our Coast TV First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. Your full 10-day up next.
got big soccer vibes coming to Lewis. On June 19th, Rockin' the Dock says it is hosting a free World Cup watch party at the Lewis Fairgrounds. You can watch Team USA take on Australia on an 18-foot screen right by the water. It's open at 1 p.m. The match kicks off at 3, and the whole thing is family-friendly with food trucks, giveaways, and a festival-style atmosphere. Seems like a good time. Hopefully we have good weather for that one, Chris.
Yeah, go USA. Still a little bitter Italy is not in the World Cup. As we take a live look at the along the coast forecast, clear skies and beautiful air along the coast. Nice and comfortable, lower 70s. We have a moderate risk of rip currents with that wind out of the north at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. The warmth is on 85 Thursday, 91 and 93 over the weekend, and that heat will continue into Sunday. Humidity is going to be on the rise through the weekend as well. And then we have that chance of a shower and thunderstorm as we go into Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening time frame. And then we could still see some showers Monday, Tuesday, depending upon a coastal system. And then we warm up pretty quickly by late week with temperatures getting back into the mid to upper 80s. But we are enjoying that sunshine here in early June. Matt.
All right, thanks, Chris, and thank you for watching us here on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and don't forget to join us later today for Coast TV News at 5. Until then, have a great Wednesday, everybody.